Welcome to That Movie Dork, where it's always morning in movie trivia, even in the afternoon and noon. And I'm here by suggestion from my dear friend Rooney to share some heavy trivia about Back to the Future 2. Release date, November 22nd, 1989. Budget, 40 million smackaroonies. Tech specs, Panavision Panaflex Gold and Platinum cameras as the main camera, the Panastar grabbing slow motion up to 120 frames per second, and the VistaVision VistaFlex camera serving for special effects shots. Panavision Ultra Speed Mark II and Nikon lenses covered the gate again, exposing light onto Eastman Color 100T 5247 and Eastman Color 400T 5294 35mm film.
Hell yeah.
The opening sequence was a frame-for-frame recreation of the ending to Part 1, due to Claudia Wells quitting acting to go take care of her mother, who had been diagnosed with breast cancer, opening up the role to Elizabeth Shue. This is the first film appearance of Elijah Wood, one of the video game boys in Cafe 80s. Griff's hoverboard was originally going to be called Mad Dog, to foreshadow his 19th century ancestor. Doc hits up the rejuvenation clinic in the future so Christopher Lloyd didn't have to wear old age makeup for the two sequels, since he was portraying 1985 Doc in each timeline.
Hell yeah.
The date on the 2015 USA Today paper is October 22nd, which is Christopher Lloyd's birthday. The incredible visual effects in the McFly household were achieved practically,
Hell yeah.
using the VistaVision VistaFlex camera, which captures a larger than normal photo area on 35mm film due to the film being fed horizontally instead of vertically, and this camera was mounted onto the VistaGlide motion control system, which precisely repeats the same camera moves over and over and over again until they have every portion of the desired shot, fusing them together onto a single piece of film using optical printers.
Hell yeah.
One of the unused concepts due to budget cuts was a sport called slam ball, which was played in an anti-gravity chamber and was a mixture of highlight, handball, and roller derby.
Hell yeah.
Cheryl Wheeler Duncan, stunt double for Darlene Vogel, was injured while filming the hoverboard sequence. Cheryl was supposed to go flying through the fake glass like the others, but instead slammed into the concrete pillar before dropping 20 feet, belly flopping onto the stone below, shattering bones in her face and wrist.
Holy shit.
This mishap was caused by last-minute changes to the stunt, like adding a rocket to Griff's hoverboard and changing the fake glass to something more opaque. She survived, going on to perform in Die Hard 2, Demolition Man, and the Lethal Weapon movies, but tragically, she passed away in 2020 during a shootout between her husband and her ex-husband. Rest in peace, Cheryl. When Marty is attempting to steal the almanac back from Biff, they drive through a tunnel. This is the same tunnel Eddie Valiant drives through to reach Toontown in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which Robert Zemeckis and Christopher Lloyd had made while Bob Gale was writing the script for this movie. Robert Zemeckis hated the marketing for this movie, as he wanted it to be very clear that this movie was setting up a sequel. But Universal marketed it as a standalone film, and Bob was right. It frustrated a lot of audiences, resulting in a dramatic fall-off in ticket sales on Part 3. While the first film is in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant, this and Part 3 are not. A campaign for their inclusion was launched in 2020. Final bag. 332 million dead presidents worldwide, delighting audiences of all ages. It was the 8th highest grossing film of 1989, and astrophysicist Carl Sagan considered it to be the greatest time travel movie ever made, praising the accuracy of handling multiple timelines with such ease.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for watching this incredibly dorky video about one of the greatest sequels ever made, Back to the Future 2. Share your favorite lines, moments, and movies in the comments, and share this video if you dig it. Also, check out my video on Part 1 if you haven't already. Until next time, friends, when we meet the greatest shower curtain ring salesman in the game.